it's absolutely perfect, and the physical plant is so beautiful. Jim, I just wonder why they don't have doors on the men's room johns here. They have everything else at this place but that.
You and Graham Hill. Late Graham Hill first brought that up.
It's just...
That's the yellow cars. Johnny Parsons, Mario Andretti.
Oh, no, Mario.
Andretti hit the wall. Parsons, the yellow car down low. And there, Andretti still sliding. Other cars getting around.
There's Holmes on the inside. Howdy Holmes getting around.
And again, the tremendous adhesion of these cars to the road.
Oh, but he's not moving.
Get around.
Jim, that's Mario. He's not, his head isn't moving.
No.
There's Johnny Parsons. He's at least conscious and okay.
Well, Parsons started the incident, unaccountably spinning there. Just seemed to have lost it going into turn one. He's okay. At least he's moving and getting out of the car. But Mario appeared to be perhaps unconscious, certainly not moving. Now, perhaps not. Hope his legs aren't pinned in the car. Something
Here's
like that.
a look. There's Parsons. He goes right under Mario. Let's see what happens. He loses it. That's starts to fishtail. And he's losing it, that's all. And now Mario, this is the nightmare. Where can he go? He can't go around him. I don't think anything broke in Parsons' car. I think that's probably a driver. It's hard to say. Mario couldn't go around it. Mario's looking at exactly what he looked at last year when he couldn't avoid Kevin Kogan. Second year in a row, Jim.
That was before the start of the race. On the start, remember, watch as he comes up against the wall. Again, fortunately, the angle into the wall appears to be not too severe, but then why isn't Mario moving or getting out of the car?
Yeah, because it appears to be not too severe, but if you or I were in it, you know, I mean, that's an incredible... Now, here's the avoidance, especially, those cars brilliantly going down on the inside.
And now one on either side.
Well, no.
Let's see, still...
Like
looking at Mario.
Car is
got his helmet. He's moving out of the car and on his feet. On his feet and walking.
I was really scared for him.
Walking to the ambulance. Mario Andretti out of the race again. Car half owned by Paul Newman. Here's Sam with a piece on that.
And we're rolling. 233. Speed. Parker. Okay, can we get this, guys? Okay, quickly back, please. Okay, and then just go out this way so we don't have to worry about fragments.
Well, Paul's latest film, which is to be called Harry and Son, was shot this spring in Fort Lauderdale. Like all his films in the last few years, it had to be scheduled so as not to conflict with the racing season. Paul's fascination with racing began when he did his own stunt driving in a picture he and Robert Wagner made about racing in 1969. It was called Winning, and much of it was shot here in Indianapolis.
I never forgot the experience of being in a race car, even though I really didn't know a hell of a lot about it. I suppose as I started to get restless as an actor, partially because I'd done it for so long and partially because the scripts kept getting worse and worse.
He may even have sensed subconsciously that a fresh challenge was the best way to keep his creative juices flowing. He began racing when he was 47, a late start in a young man's sport. He made mistakes, but he never made the same one twice. Interestingly, things that he had learned in his acting career had a carryover into racing, a precise sense of timing and the ability not to lose his concentration no matter what was happening around him. This is a 200-mile-an-hour turbo Porsche, and in it, Paul took second at the hazardous, rain-soaked 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1979. This was the moment Paul himself realized his apprenticeship in racing was over. After Le Mans, he had more confidence, and his career blossomed. One of his best drives came at the Road Atlanta track, when he won a Sports Car Club of America National Championship in a Bob Sharp Racing Datsun. By then, he was 54 and getting younger every year.
I try to take as late an apex as I can. I try to pitch the car. I try everything. I am a very competitive person, and they try to get you to compete with other actors by providing medals of one kind or another. But acting can't be, there's no way to compare it with anything. I mean, you can't compare someone who's performing in a comedy and someone who's performing in a drama. You can't say that one performance is better or worse. One performer may have started out with a tremendous script. The other performer may have started from scratch with absolutely nothing. You open your mouth, you're losing my case for me.
Now listen to me, Phil.
No, you listen to me. All I want on this trial was push me into court 5 days early. I lose my star witness, and I can't get a continuance, and I don't care. I'm going up there, I'm going to try it, I'm going to let the jury decide. You know, they told me about you. Said you're a hard ass, you're a defendant's judge. No, I don't care. I said to hell with it, to hell with it. But you get up there at Oscars night, and someone is supposed to have provided the first performance. Well, there are a lot of people that could take exception to that. Whereas in racing, there's no way to take exception. The guy that crosses the line first is clearly the winner.
You did a hell of a job, my friend.
Right, super. I don't know what you're 6.
As his teammate, I've seen for myself that what Paul most enjoys about racing is that it gives him a chance to test himself in new situations.
The extraordinary thing is that Joanna's really through all of this. You know, when I was racing badly, she was supportive. When I was racing well, she was supportive. She keeps asking the eternal question, well, next season, what? Do we go to France and Paris, or is it Summit Point and Pocono? And she's been just patient beyond all belief.
Paul's desire to give something back to racing has resulted in his becoming a part owner of several racing teams, often passing up established stars to bring new faces to the sport. Paul has provided rides for drivers such as K.K. Rosberg, Bobby Rahal, and Teo Fabi. All this has led to Gasoline Alley and a team for the biggest race of all. This time, the driver selection was a name as famous in racing as Paul's is in the movies, Mario Andretti. For Paul Newman, his interest in racing has brought him full circle. 14 years after making winning, he is back at Indianapolis.
Paul Newman, race driver, car owner, and very good personal friend of Sam Posey. Mario, on his way to the track hospital for examination, he appears to be okay so far.
Imagine.
The yellow flag is still out at Indianapolis. This is Jim McKay with Sam Posey in our ABC commentary booth. And there's the way they stand. Unser, Mears, Holmes, Sneva, and Jeff Brabham. Race goes on. Here comes the green flag. They're racing again at Indy. Al Unser, the leader in the race. Watch that yellow car coming right at you. Al Unser, Rick Mears second, right behind him. His teammate, the two yellow cars. Howdy Holmes is now third in car number 30. Just out of the picture there. Tom Sneva is fourth, but it's the Penske cars running 1-2. What a beautiful picture that must be for Roger Penske in the pits right now.
Absolutely. Two, really, they always refer to these cars as immaculately prepared. And
yes.
What I think that means is that there isn't a single part of the car that has grease or oil on it that isn't supposed to.
They even shine brighter.
You know, I think that basically all of the cars this year are unprecedentedly beautiful. Do you have that reaction, Jim?
Yes, I do. In traffic now, the two leaders, the Penske cars.
Well, you know, yeah, Roger may like to see his cars together, but I'm not that close together. Howdy Holmes pulled out right there.
It was all over the place.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens. With these very high speeds and with the ground effect, enabling the cars to corner and to maneuver as fast as they can. I mean, these cars can just change direction in a split second. The best cornering cars that have ever been made in the history of the world.
Three-time winner Al Unser leading. One-time winner Rick Mears second. Now to Jim Lampley at the track hospital.
Okay, Mr. Andretti is being released from the hospital at this time in good condition. We're still evaluating Johnny Parsons. He is awake and a little bit distressed with some ankle pain, but looks to be in good condition.
Okay. Good. Dr. Henry Bach at the track hospital saying that, as you heard it, well, Mario Andretti has been released. There is the boss.
Roger
Captain
Penske.
Bly, he has been called at times. Roger Penske. Talk about the attention to detail, a computer in the pits.